Hey guys, so we will be solving a physics paper and it's paper 1 and it is 9702 paper 11 May June 2024. The time we have is 1 hour 15 minutes, so let's begin. As the formula sheet, first question, which unit is an SI base unit? So ampere, yes, ampere is a base unit. Coulomb is not a base unit, it's not a base unit. Degree Celsius, so for temperature the base unit is Kelvin, and for mass the base unit is kg, so answer should be A. Which of the following could have the same units as force? For force the unit is Newton, and what do we know? For force we know that mass into acceleration. We also know that force is equal to so we know another formula, that work then equal to force into distance. So force could be work done by distance. So yeah, let's see the options now. So energy by distance, that is correct. Honestly, energy by time, that is wrong. Momentum into distance, momentum into distance is not any formula for force, and also momentum into time, it is not a formula for force. We do know that F is equal to rate of change of momentum. So but here it is written momentum into time, which is wrong, because we know that F is equal to momentum per rate of change of momentum, and momentum into distance is wrong, so answer should be A. Third question, the velocity of an object changes from an initial velocity u to a final velocity v. The vectors represent these velocities. Which single vector represents the change in velocity? So change in velocity is final velocity minus initial velocity. So we have the direction positive v plus a minus u. So this is u, so minus u would be of this direction. If we place this over here with this, so the resultant should be out of the center, so that is the resultant, right? And that is minus u. And so I can see that only this graph is the same. These are wrong, then answer is C. Question, for an object is moving with initial velocity u, the object then moves with uniform acceleration a for time t until it reaches final velocity. Which equation describes the motion of the object? So equations are given with velocity. We know a formula that it's v equal to u plus at. This can also be written as u equal to v minus at. So what I can see here is that formula is given in that equation, so that should be correct. Question 5, which calculation provides a vector quantity? So current into time, we know a formula that current equal to charge per unit time, or charge is it, q equal to it, but we know that charge is not a vector quantity, so that is wrong. And final displacement minus initial, this gives us the change in displacement, which is a vector quantity, so this could be an answer. Work done by time, this is power is a scalar quantity, and this one is ke, which is an energy, which is also a scalar quantity, not a vector, and hence answer should be B. Question 6, a thermometer can be read to an accuracy of plus minus 0.5 degrees Celsius. This thermometer is used to measure a temperature rise from 40 degree to 100 degrees Celsius. What is the percentage uncertainty? Meaning the percentage in the measurement of the temperature rise. So the temperature rise is 100 minus 40, which is 60 degrees Celsius. And since we're using two temperatures, as per the formula, the uncertainty is 0.5 plus 0.5, which is 1. Then finally, when you do 1 by 60 into 100, this is the percentage uncertainty, right? This is the percentage uncertainty. So it's 100 divided 60, which is 1.67 or 1.7 to be exact, and percent. So I can see this one to be the correct answer. Question 7, the diagram shows the path of a golf ball I can see that it's a projectile motion. Which row describes the changes in horizontal and vertical components? Horizontal is always constant, and vertical is in vertical there is acceleration, and it reaches a maximum value. So first thing is constant velocity. So for horizontal and vertical, for horizontal is constant velocity, A and B is wrong, and constant acceleration down, those two are wrong as well. Constant acceleration downward, acceleration decreases upwards then increases downwards. That is actually wrong. It is a constant acceleration which is downwards, and that occurs due to the weight, right? Due to the weight. So answer is C. An aircraft flies from London to Sydney in a time of 21 hours 40 minutes. So this is 21 hours means 21 into 60 minutes plus 40 minutes, and total, if we convert this to seconds, we have to again multiply this by 60. So what is the number? I'm just doing the conversion parts first, which is 78000 seconds. Now let's see what they are. The distance traveled is this much kilometers. What is the average speed of the aircraft? So average speed is equal to distance, which is 17,000. This is in kilometers, and we have to multiply it by 10 cubed to get it to meters, and 78000 seconds. We first brought it down to meters per second, then we will see which conversion is required. So this is in meters per second, and okay, so this is definitely not 2.2, so that's wrong. If we convert it to micro, we have to we know that if we convert it to millimicro, then what we can do is multiply it by 10 to the power 6. So 217.95 into 10 to the power 6 is, let's use, so if we convert it to micro, it becomes 2.2 into 10 to the power 8 micro meter per second. If we convert it to nano, we have to multiply it by 10 to the power 9, 10 to the power 6. If we multiply it into 10 to the power 9, then the answer is, I'm just using my calculator, you can do the same. I get it to be this nanometer per second, so that should be the answer. Let's see if we convert it to millimeters, then multiply it by 10 to the power cube, and when we do that, it is 2.2 10 to the power 5. So that is wrong. Just use your calculators and use the prefixes that we know and convert them and see what is happening. So we're done with 8 questions. Now to question number 9. A golf ball hits a golf ball. Okay, a golf ball hits a golf ball. The graph shows how the force on the ball varies with time. So force into time is means the area of this graph is known to be momentum, del P, or just P. So but because we know that force equal to del P by T, as we were explaining in one of the questions, I was talking about this. Alright, like this formula here. So from that, if you break it down, we get it to there. And we now need velocity with time. Now we know that momentum is mv, which is equal to f into t, or we know that velocity is for ft by m. So now we need to see a few things. That is, in this very first part, it is a gradient increase. In this part, gradient decrease, right? Gradient is increasing in that part. So if we draw a line for this here and a line here, we can see that the increasing part is in the second part, which is wrong. So that is wrong. In the second part, if we draw one here and draw one there, we can see the increasing gradient is in this part, and this part is less steep, so low gradient, as gradient was decreasing. So this can be an option. This is wrong because there is no constant velocity, right? There is in gradient is increasing, and This graph just doesn't make any sense, so that is wrong. Answer is hence B. What is question 10, what is meant by mass and by weight of an object on the earth? So mass, it's momentum divided by its velocity. Momentum by velocity, momentum is mv by v. That does give you mass, but that is not the meaning of mass. The mass is a property of any object which resists its current state of motion or rest. So this, even if their equations provide you with descriptions of the mass, then it is not certain that that will be correct, because mass has a specific definition, and for that reason I would say this is the most accurate description. And for that we have a definition of weight, which is the pull of the earth on it. Yes, weight is when earth pulls an object towards its center, and that pulling force is known as weight. Answer should hence be D. Work done. Okay, so if any of these equations, even if they give like if the simplification of the equations provides you with at the end weight, or just like here momentum divided by velocity is mass, but that is not how we define mass. Like that is nothing, they just did a simple division, and that cannot be defined as mass. Mass has a specific meaning, and the answer is hence D. So there, actually I was thinking about something, and in this graph actually why this was wrong is because here the gradient is increasing. Again, in the negative part the gradient is increasing, but the gradient cannot increase for both parts. It has a decreasing gradient in the second part. So I guess that is the best possible, I think, option. That was, it was B. And okay, so this is D.